The biggest thing that popped out for me was putting your hands behind your back for the phenomenal forearm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just come up with that in the moment?
Yeah, I was just feeling it. I was happy with the way the match was going, with the reactions, the way people were reacting on things. Sometimes when I'm like out there in the flow, I can hear the audience, I can hear Scarlett, I can hear the ref, and sometimes when I'm really like in that trance state of just being totally comfortable and being able to hear everything and move and take the hits and throw them, I can hear commentary. And that's when I know I'm in like that place, you know, and I could hear commentary and I can hear them going. And I was like, I know exactly what I want this to look like. And
what'd you want it to look like?
I wanted it to look like we're trying to turn him to the dark side. This is the Emperor and Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader-esque, you know, put my hands behind my back, boom. And even AJ and I were talking about, we were hoping it was going to lead to him turning me babyface, because there was no way he was going to be turning heel. AJ was supposed to be the incorruptible one. He's the one who learned from his mistakes, and something that the three of us wanted to do, we were hoping we were going to get the green light, was for AJ to pull Cross aside and be like, listen, you guys have tried everything your way for 2.5 years. Has it landed you where you want to be? Please, hand on the shoulder. Try it my way, respectfully. You have something. Do you hear them? Listen to them.
We want Cross. We want Cross.
Yeah.
AJ would have been the angel on the devil's shoulder.
Yes. We thought that was a great play. But here we are. Here we are.
Yes.
Instead.
When did things with AJ Styles not come together? Because there was that match, then there was the involvement at the WrestleMania match, and then nothing more.
Yeah.
That happens though in that company. The stories drop off and things change. It's something you have to get used to, so that's not something we take personally. It's kind of just television and
there's
WWE
only so much time in the program, and they have other ideas. Sometimes those ideas have been in the works for several months, and they like to stick to their guns because some of those ideas are going to pay off on the PLEs. So, in my opinion, if you're not factored into stories that are finishing on the PLEs, then your stuff, no matter how good it is, or no matter how cool it is, or how the fans are going to react, it's going to take a back seat. But it would have been very cool to do. I would have loved it.
People still think this is a work.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Still.
That's okay. I mean, it gives us a good story on the indies, I guess. When people show up to our lines, even when we're at conventions, people still think it's a work, like you said. And we just tell them, might be, might not be, but I'm telling you it's not. It's fine, whatever people want to think.
What's so funny is you were on Ariel Helwani, and he asks you straight up, like, is this part of a storyline? You're like, no, it's not. So you're saying it's not part of a storyline. You're saying it's real. You're saying it's not a work. And people go, that means it's a work.
Right. It's insane.
That's why I changed what I say now. I'm like, it might be, it might not be. It doesn't matter. Like, you're going to think what you want to think. But like, we're out here. Yeah.
That's the reality. People are going to believe what they want to believe.
Just come to our indie shows, please.
Come see us live.
Come see us live.
Make your decision from there.
Yeah.
The lines for your indie shows have been bananas. Like, huge lines around the block. Like, there was a huge interest in seeing you guys.
We were very flattered, very honored. We felt a lot of support the last time we exited WWE. A lot. This was different.
Yeah, next level, for sure.
This has been next level, man. Especially too at the conventions as well. I mean, holy cow. Like, it's unbelievable. We're always blown away. We're like, wonder what today's going to be like. Probably be nice. We get there and we're like, oh my God. We're here. We're supposed to be here for 4 hours. How are we going to get through all these people in 4 hours? It's not possible.
But the thing is, we get to talk to people in such a way that we didn't get to before.
Yeah.
And there's so many people come up to us saying that they've never met a WWE wrestler before. Like, they try to go to WWE Worlds. They try to meet a wrestler, but, the lines are sold out or they can't afford it. So it's an opportunity to meet everyone, which is great. Like, there's so many benefits to being on the indies right now. And just the connection we're finding with fans, and then people getting to talk to you about your book, and then people getting to tell me, oh, I miss you wrestling, you're going to wrestle again, and just all this stuff, and just realizing that people remember what you did 10, 15 years ago, which is great.
Yeah.
Are you going to wrestle again?
Hell yeah.
When was your last match?
Nikki Cross, we wrestled 4 days in a row. Wyatt Six versus Final Testament. We did great.
It was 2024, right?
Yes, so it was Christmas Store.
Yeah.
WWE Christmas Store. It was great. We wanted to wrestle a singles match. Before then, it was the mixed tag with Rhea. So much fun. Hope you don't mind me saying Rhea, but you said it was fun and you had a great time wrestling me. But yes, that's what she told me. All the producers loved it. No, she was great, and I was always ready to wrestle. But the one thing in WWE, you have to be ready to do the best with whatever they give you. So I felt like I was very good at that.
Yeah.
Making the most out of every little moment I have. I've been doing that since I started. So if they want me to manage or wrestle, I was always ready.
Yeah.
But now I get to do it, do whatever I feel, whether it's manage, wrestle, and we're going to be doing a mixed tag with Jimmy Jacobs. So he's going to be our tag partner in Detroit. That's going to be my first match back.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go from here? Because it's been.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go from here? Because it's been about 2 months since your WWE contract ended.
Oh, wow.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
To be honest, everything we've been doing has been really enjoyable. Like having the freedom, I'll speak for me personally, having the freedom to assess the audience, where we're at on the show, where we're at on the card, who I'm working with, what everyone else is going to be doing on the show, and how to diversify what we're going to do on the tail end of it and be able to bring that to life and hear the reactions and feel that. It's like, I mean, I love being in WWE, but being able to actually perform my artistry in the way that I know people want to see it and being able to hear that and feel that back, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. I want to do more of that. I want to go back to the places that I was performing. I'm interested in going to new places. I'm very content with the kind of the schedule that we've been building and what we're doing. Going to the conventions, being able to meet fans, aligning that with the book tour. Man, it's been awesome being able to meet people, especially in the New England area. People coming from Providence is where things really took off with the We Want Cross stuff. There's people driving from all over the Northeast to meet us in these different places in these cities, and they all have their story about like where they were when that took off. Being able to hear that. People are getting tattoos or characters on them, like
People naming their babies after us. I know that sounds insane, but people have come up to us saying, "Hey, this is Scarlett Carrion. We named her baby after you."
Scarlett Carrion.
And there's been another Scarlett also named after me. It's crazy, right?
it's awesome. I mean, it's like of the highest flattery. People.
Is that the baby you were holding in that photo?
There was one baby named Scarlett that you were holding.
You were holding a baby in that photo that
Beliefs.
good little soldier.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, that was the best. That was so awesome. Yeah, but it was really, it's been really cool. It's been very fun. And I think just being able to
Side quests.
side quests,
So it's side quests.
side quests,
Like what?
yeah, I just being able to show up anywhere at any time and do anything, and creating an air of unpredictability at these shows, I think also serves something very interesting to fans as well.
I think there was an assumption that you guys would go right to AEW because this wasn't a 60-day, 90-day situation where you had to wait. Your contract ended on August 10th. August 11th, you could have showed up everywhere.
Of course.
Anywhere.
Yep.
So I think there was like this idea of like, well, whatever the next major AEW event is, Scarlett and Killer Cross are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked with AEW?
I don't think we should say who we do or don't talk to, but we have
friends everywhere. That's the thing. We have friends
Yeah.
everywhere. Producers asking us if there's interest.
Well, when did we kind of sort of meet? That was in 2021.
It was around April 2022, right before we came back. There was a conversation about you coming
Yes.
in, but the story wasn't. It didn't really make sense.
I wanted to do something bigger for Tony at the time. So we just said, let's stay in touch, and had planned to do something together. There's a thing that happens when people either exit or get released from a commercialized wrestling company where, and I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody, but I just know that sometimes people freak out because like the ground falls out from underneath them. Sure. Financially, they get scared, so they feel like the best thing to do so nobody forgets about them is to sign somewhere in sort of like a semi-panic or something. Or perhaps they really just want to go there and they just want to get it over with and knock it out, right? That's also totally a scenario. We've never felt supported like this in our entire lives as a fan base. Like, once you've been seen by the WWE Universe or you've been seen by any sort of massive amount of global fan base, they come to where you go. And we're in a really fortunate position where we were able to lock in that connection they were waiting for us to make with them before all this happened. So everywhere we go, they come with us. And as much as, we may miss being on the road and being there and performing in front of the universe, they show up. It's like they're still with us. And maybe it's not in the massive amount of droves as you can see in an arena, but they come out. We appreciate that. And even our fans before the arena still riding with us. We still see them all the time at the shows. So, we're enjoying the process and taking things one day at a time. There's no need to make a decision that's, going to be fear-based. If the right one comes around, more importantly for me, I'll speak for me personally, creatively, if I know that this is something people want to see, then I'm going to do it. I've always been sold on a creative principle versus money. If you put a pile of money in front of me and there's no principles attached to it, I'm telling you straight up, I'm not interested. If I was lying to you about that, I would have just took what they offered to me. But if you remove principles out of the situation, I'm out. Okay? I can't do that. I can't. That's not why I got into this. If I was just a high-paid jobs, I want to create something that people will hopefully remember forever. That's what I was aiming to do.
The thing is, we know what it feels like to be at WWE when it's at its best. When you have the connection with the writers, with your bosses, everything's great. It's the best company you've ever worked for. Like, the highs are high there. Like, we have some of our best members at WWE. So we still have that hope, that feeling is still there, which is why we still talk about it that way. That, holy shit, place could still people remember and what we've experienced before. The thing about going somewhere else, it's almost like jumping from one long-term relationship into another.
Yes.
When you're still hoping that connection is still there with the previous company that they're going to do the right thing, that they're going to call. If we ever go to AEW, that's going to be where we end up. That is, we're going to be flying the AEW flag. That is going to be our home forever. Whoever the next company is, that's it.
Whatever the company is. Yeah.
It's a fight for that company till the end.
Yeah, that is a major commitment. We're both very, very big on commitment.
And it wouldn't be fair, Tony, for us. But right now, we're still talking about WWE the way we are. To go over there and be like, we're just here, just go back to WWE. We wouldn't want to do that to them. So if we go there, we're like, no, we're going to make this company absolute best. It's never going to be. We'll do that wherever we go.
Of course. Do you feel like the door is still open at WWE? I mean, I'll speak for myself. It's something I feel like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what that door looks like or what's even on the other side of it. I'm still completely perturbed by the conversation that we had. Like, it was so bizarre and strange and shocking.
Why is it such an 11th hour type of thing?
Well, that's a great question. Right? It kind of feels like pressure tactics now.
I think it's sports business, and it's kind of stuff I've read about that a lot of entertainment industries do. To put the pressure on last minute, so you don't have a lot of time to think and panic. If you know your value in the things we know what it feels like to not make money on the indies. We've learned our value. We've struggled. It doesn't scare us. If that makes sense. It doesn't scare us being independent.
We'd rather make less money and feel like we're earning our money than to just show up somewhere and collect the handout and have no room for growth. I'm not going to do that. That's just not how I'm wired.
If you accept something less than what you truly want, like in your gut, like you can't be surprised when you're not happy. Like,
exactly. I'm not going to be one of those people living at the bar in the hotel. I saw that on the indies coming up before I even had anything to do with WWE. Hyper successful people. I mean, for lack of a better way to explain it, self-made millionaires. They're miserable. Because more than likely they accepted something that they weren't happy with. Close the distance financially, whatever it is they were looking to get or wherever they were looking to land. No, there's no way.
You know what I asked you when you were given that 24-hour notice that night? Remember I asked you
something about Carl Jr.?
I asked you.
Okay, Brian, craziest touchdown ever.
Tennessee Titans, Music City Miracle.
I just snags it, so I'm wondering, like,
Carl Jr.?
I asked you, is money the most important thing to you?
No.
I asked you, if you were making this amount of money, but things stayed exactly the way they were, would you be happy? If you were making a fourth of what they offered you, just doing your own thing, would you be okay?
Listen,
Yes. Like I said, independently. Yes. Yeah, because what were you really looking for? Like, what did you get into this for as a kid, as a wrestler?
the artist did it. Making moments.
So while we were
So
going
people
out,
could come in the way I can
how
also.
did you
I saw that.
pretend to
And then
like
the answer's very easy to
dance
explain.
have sex with me?
When do you think the We Want CrossFit movement really started? Like, when did you start noticing the chance?
To me, I know it's Vegas because Vegas is tough. He was the biggest wrestler.
What sport?
That's where I really felt I'm like, oh, like Vegas is always like this month, like we're biggest people are right now. I love Vegas, which is another reason why I still have the feeling that it's possible to go back because
WrestleMania was Vegas.
that's your town,
Yeah,
man.
but I gotta tell you, not the person bubble. Just being real with you. I mean, going back to what?
Okay, we were
Like,
going
if
out. We were gonna get
If the terms are of the last place we were at on the phone,
You would have slept with
Well,
me
going back
after
to
a
money?
3-hour
I mean,
documentary on
there has to be principles attached to this. There has to be some sort of room for growth and the ability to, work at the highest level. If that's not available to do, then I mean, I don't think that fans want to see anything less than the best we can bring.
That's true.
I know my money exactly where my mouth was. The very first thing we did was GCW. We made a moment. We didn't need $1 million or brilliant minds creatively to help us, create that moment with the audience there. I think it was like, we were told it was like 1.2 million views in less than 24 hours in that small clip when her and I came out with Chauncey against Cardona. That's the point. We knew.
Because brilliant mind, we have Matt Cardona.
He's going to love that. He's going to clip that. There you go. Big rubber guy, man. Big rubber guy.
Did you say my name is Gerbils?
Gerbils, he loves Gerbils. Yeah, there's a weird chant that broke out. Matt loves Gerbils. That was so weird. Yeah, whatever. You can love Gerbils if you want. I don't know what that means. So yeah, it's all when they work. We're allowed to talk about Gerbils now.
I tell everyone, because a lot of girls and guys who've gotten released, have never been released before, they reach out to us and they ask for advice. They're like, I tell them, as long as you don't burn any bridges, as long as you go out there and you prove to everyone like what you can do creatively, you keep working hard, there's a really, really good chance you'll be brought back in better circumstances. I feel like that's what happened to us. We went from you being invited in your costume to standing for Roman Reigns, and I feel like we can do that again, but we have to work our ass off to prove that we're good enough to be where we think we need to be.
Were you watching the SummerSlam post show when the crowd was chanting We Want Cross?
No, but everybody in the hotel told me they're walking out with the phones going, dude, I've seen this. Yes, it's right now. I can't believe this happened.
No, but they were saying we want Brock.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. It was pretty clearly We Want Cross.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. I don't know.
What do you think of that?
I think it's one way of like saying, look, I hear you, but also like let's try to keep the focus on the story of the night, I guess.
It made things so much worse.
And we could have just kept talking.
Yeah, strange thing to do.
And there were chants for the next few weeks. Yeah.
Which was awesome. We appreciated it. We appreciated it so much. I remember somebody calling me, and they were like, "Hey man, that's not going to go on forever. You should probably take the deal." And I was like, first of all, like our success is not predicated on the fans hijacking the show. Of course, that's going to go away eventually. Nor were we banking on that changing. People didn't know what, like I just told you, what had happened in that conversation. So, like, you know, you see how much money the people are paying for tickets. They are going to have a good time. They're not going to spend all that money to be angry in the building, you know. And we appreciated it so much, hearing it and seeing it and reading it. But it's like I said, all of those people that were chanting that, they come to see us. We know that they're still there. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the show every single night, going over the, you know, entire show. And also, too, our friends are performing in the ring. You know, they're dieting all week. They're training all week. They're giving 102%. We also don't, you know, necessarily want that for them. Imagine going out there and killing yourself for the entertainment of the audience. They're chanting for somebody who's not on the show.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a selfish thing to want for your friends that are in the ring. So we just always try to take the high road in all things, but also there's no reason for us not to be honest. And if the truth is something that they don't like hearing, well, maybe you shouldn't have fucking said that.
Magic Spoon is serving up a big.
Shut up, Shell.
Both are great.
CIA. CIA. Freemasons.
I don't believe in retirement matches, actually. If you like wrestling, wrestle. Because I know some people, you know, they have the retirement match and they want to come back.
Well, some people,
Never retire.
they, you know, their body says you can't do this anymore. You know, some people don't know it's their last match.
That's true.
Everybody has a last match.
Yes.
That's true.
Not everybody knows it's their last match.
That's true.
Right?
I think do it until you stop having fun doing it. If you
Yeah.
show up every time and it's, you know, it feels more like work than play, like that's the whole reason we got into this. It's supposed to be fun. It's not fun anymore.
When does everybody get to see this film? Blue Evening.
So once it's finished its festival run, which I'm sure is probably going to be the end of this year, okay, I'm probably going to release it online, probably on our landing page, blueevening.com, in January.
There's like, you guys keep doing these festivals. You keep getting nominated for awards. You keep winning awards. Like, there's been so much buzz about this. And it's amazing for the people that live in the cities that get to go see these festivals. But outside of that, like, I'm sure you've gotten so many messages about it. People want to see this.
Yes.
The trailer's phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's rules with the festival, right? Where
They want exclusivity.
Sure.
To encourage people to understand that there's a community of independent filmmakers out there. You know, it benefits everyone in your block to not have it out there to be seen elsewhere. You know, the only place you can come see it is here.
Yeah.
We've met a lot of people, wrestling fans actually, that have shown up to the festivals to watch this, saying they never even knew this type of stuff existed or they could see it. Now they become fans of the festivals, which is really cool. A few people that even were telling me, like, they have like social anxiety, they don't go out much. They were saying that it actually helped them to get out and do something new and kind of break through whatever that barrier would be, that, you know, they're afraid to try new things. That was really cool.
Festivals are so cool because when the movie ends, tons of applause. I love it. And that doesn't happen when you just go to the random movies, you know. You go to see a movie this weekend, the movie ends and you leave.
Yeah.
I love the, like, respect for the art that you get to see at festivals. That's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
What was the idea behind you're not just acting in the film, you're part of creating this. What was the idea there?
It's something I've always wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to get to do it, but it's something I've been interested in doing. I've always loved movies just beyond watching them. I like to know how they're made. I like to know how the whole thing's done. I was always one of those kids that watched all the behind the scenes stuff on that type of thing.
I feel like there's a big cinematic influence in your work too.
And we can suddenly see the world we've left behind so clearly. Of course,